Probably the most definitive promise you made in the campaign is that no one in the middle class would get a tax increase on your watch. Yet this week, Senator Rockefeller, several other Democrats say that this bill by Senator Baucus is a big middle class tax increase. Do you agree, and does that mean you can't sign it?
Well, I don't agree. I think that what they were referring to, and I haven't looked at the quotes, but I think they were concerned about whether or not this was actually affordable. If you're saying to people you got to get health insurance, but they can't actually afford it, and they have to pay a penalty if they don't get it.
Right. You were against the individual mandate
Yeah.
during the campaign. Under this mandate, the government is forcing people to spend money, fining you if you don't. How is that not a tax?
Well, hold on a second, George. Here's what's happening. You and I are both paying $900 on average, our families, in higher premiums because of uncompensated care. Now, what I've said is that if you can't afford health insurance, you certainly shouldn't be punished for that. That's just piling on. If, on the other hand, we're given tax credits, we've set up an exchange, you are now part of a big pool, we've driven down the costs, we've done everything we can, and you actually can afford health insurance, but you just decided, you know what, I want to take my chances. And then you get hit by a bus, and you and I have to pay for the emergency room care.
That may be, but it's still a tax increase.
That's not true, George. For us to say that you've got to take a responsibility to get health insurance is absolutely not a tax increase. What it's saying is that we're not going to have other people carrying your burdens for you.
Whether he likes it or not, George Stephanopoulos' face, and this interview you just heard, will forever be linked with him either being a tool for the president or being lied to in what is so far as the biggest, most important bill to pass in the 21st century. George's legacy will be determined in the next couple of months on whether or not he has the respect for himself, and more importantly, his family, to redeem his reputation and corner President Obama for the way he was played in front of America, the world, and worse yet, his fellow journalists. I mean, how embarrassing is it when the president himself tells George to his face, on a nationally televised interview, this is not a tax, yet, when argued in front of the Supreme Court, he argued for, and won it, as a tax on the American people. At this moment, George looks like a horse is behind. I hope for the Stephanopoulos namesake, he will redeem himself, and not be judged historically as a fool.